Hello and welcome. Today is March 31st, 2026, and today is Trailer Tuesday. I'm your host, Xolo Q. I'm a Xolo Quaintly Reaper and Guide to the Underworld, and on today's stream, I'll be reacting to the trailers you guys suggested over on the YouTube side. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun stream. We're gonna kick back, relax. I have some ice cream, just to relax and chill. So it's gonna be a nice chill stream, I hope. Anyway, we have about 14, sorry, I think we have 13 trailers and one gameplay overview trailer or something like that. So we have a little bit of a variety of mashups here. A little bit of everything, I would say. It doesn't look like we have any particular kind of game kind of dominating. It happens sometimes. It's really rare, but sometimes I get like a ton of roguelikes or a ton of like, trading card games or something, or a ton of survival games. But this time around, it's a little bit of a mixture. So yeah, we got I guess we get started. Our first trailer here is from Minecraft. Minecraft Dungeons 2 announce trailer. And to be honest, guys, I've never played Minecraft. I'm gonna be honest, like, I just never played it. Never really looked too far into it, but I know a lot of people play it. Also, hello, Blue Eyes Dark Magician. I see you over there with that lurk. Thank you so much for lurking. Hope you're doing well. Let's read the description. A hero's work is never done. Disorder is brewing, and the world stands before a threat unlike any other. A new danger is growing in power, ready to descend upon the land and unleash mayhem. Return to the world of Minecraft Dungeons and an all-new action RPG adventure brimming with high-stakes encounters, thrilling challenges, and never-before-seen locations as you set out to save a world in crisis. Will you and your allies prevail against the forces of evil and save the day once more? Wishlist today and stay up to date with what's coming next. All right. Hello, Lazier. Welcome to the chat, and also happy Trailer Tuesday to you as well. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. All right, here we go. So this trailer came out March 21st. It was like earlier this month. All right, let's see.
In a land once plagued by great evil, brave heroes took up arms and triumphed against the terror. With peace restored.
Oh my god, that cat. Oh my god, that cat reminds me a lot of my cat that like I used to have. I mean, she was a calico just like that, and the markings are very similar. It's kind of uncanny, actually. Oh my god.
All was well.
I miss her so much. Oh, my heart.
Until it wasn't.
Oh wait, Dungeons 2, that's right. So I guess this is like a second Dungeons thing? Interesting. Oh, that was it? Oh my god, I thought there was more. Oh, it's only 38 seconds. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, man, that was fast. You know what's funny? This area here kind of reminds me of one of the level 50 24-man dungeons in FF14. I forget the name of it, but one of the dungeons has like kind of like a room that looks a little bit like this, and this kind of reminds me of it for some reason. Also, interesting how there's different colored blocks here. I don't know if that's like an indication of something. I don't know much about Minecraft, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Like, just looking at this looks pretty cool. I like how they have like lava blocks kind of going down. I guess like every type of matter has its own block type, right? Or at least I would think so, as far as terrain and things like that. So I'm sure like water is like its own block, grass is its own block, lava, things like that, or at least that's my understanding. And then even the moon is a block, which is kind of crazy. know. I don't really have any, like, I'm not looking at this and feeling like there's anything that's like super compelling about this per se. Like, I feel like they showed very little. Like, yeah, this might be like the preview of some new zones or something, but I'm, as someone who's not familiar with the game, I can definitely tell this trailer is not for me. um but yeah, it's just a lot of stuff here to look at. But I don't know. I don't really know what to expect out of this. Like, what kind of dungeons are we talking about? Are we talking about, like, is it like a deep dungeon experience, or is it just, you know, multiplayer going through a dungeon kind of thing? Like, I don't know. Also, hello, well, I missed a few people. Hello, Baran, welcome to the chat. Hello, Zeno, welcome to the chat. And hello, Catchy Kochu, welcome, welcome. Let's see, think people who knows the game know what they're gonna get into. Yeah, I definitely get that vibe off of this trailer, because I feel like the trailer doesn't really, like I said, it doesn't really show anything to someone who's like not familiar with the game. But at the same time, I mean, look at how many people have already seen this trailer. 732,000. And then like Minecraft having like 18.7 million subscribers. That's probably one of the largest YouTube channels on the platform. Like, that's kind of unheard of. So what this tells me is that so many people play this game that they probably just look at this trailer and they already know what, you know, they're getting into. But for me, I don't know what's new, I don't know what's old. You know, I'm just kind of like, okay, it's just people walking around and, you know, I mean, they're panicking because of some kind of volcanic activity, I guess, you know, destroying their home. It looks like volcano kind of ruined their place there. So maybe the dungeon has to do with like volcanic, you know, underground tunnels or something. I don't know. I'm not really entirely certain, to be honest, with this Dungeons 2 trailer. Not to say that any of it's like particularly bad. I just don't know what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? But yeah, lots of kids grew up playing Minecraft. Yep. I actually was not one of the people to play Minecraft. It's like one of those games that like kind of slipped through and I never really got into it, never played it, or anything like that. So I don't know. It's different. All right. Next we have Haven Heights World trailer. This is a RuneScape trailer, so it looks like we're going back to the oldies now with Minecraft, RuneScape, and some others. Get ready to explore Heaven Height. Heaven Height? I hope I said that right. Coming March 23rd, so it's out already. Cool. So, something else to point out really quick. I never really got into RuneScape either. So RuneScape is a game where I was interested in playing at the time where, you know, it was kind of new and, you know, people really enjoyed it. But now I think it's just called like Legacy RuneScape or something like, or am I thinking about World of Warcraft? I don't know. There's some kind of like old school RuneScape, and then there's like regular RuneScape or something. I don't know what the difference is. I think there's different ones. But in general, I never really got a chance to play it, really, because at the time my computer literally could not handle RuneScape, which is crazy, I know, because RuneScape has like very minimal requirement. At least at the time, it was kind of minimal requirements, but I just did not have a computer that could handle it, so I just never got into RuneScape, unfortunately. Let's see. Hello, Akron, the Devourer, Eater of Worlds, Destroyer of the Universe. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? Old one was pretty brutal. Really? Okay, not even RuneScape? Nope. Unfortunately. Let's continue. Oh, I like the decorations in here and the shrubbery. It's a lot of nice like little knickknacks and things in here. I wonder if this is like someone's home. If this is like a particular map where this is someone's home or what. I'm not really sure. It's really cozy looking though. I'll give it that. I really like the architecture and the buildings. It kind of reminds me a little bit of oh man, what was the name of that game that I looked at the other day? I can't remember for the life of me. But I don't know why, but like looking at this trailer, I'm getting like weird like flashbacks or feelings of familiarity watching it, and I don't know why. You know, just seeing how much gaming has evolved since RuneScape like was originally like kind of out there, like the old school RuneScape, and then just seeing it now, I feel like there really hasn't been. Now maybe this is just me judging from the outside, but I feel like there really hasn't been like this huge like visual upgrade to the game per se. Like maybe for like 2015 standards, but like now it's like, you know, you look at this and it just looks very dated. It's weird because in that tower, like if we go back a little bit, you know, in that little tower that we saw earlier where we saw the inside, it was super cozy and nice and interesting in here. But then when you see like the outside areas, you know, I feel like environmentally it's kind of meh a little. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the color scheme or what, but I definitely feel like, you know, the character models look a little bit stiff in this world, and it's almost like the environment is nicer than the characters. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Let's see, even a brick could run RuneScape? Apparently not, because my brick didn't run it, and I had like a toaster brick. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Akron, the stretch, and that head pad. I appreciate it. I'll do that right now. Hold on. Oh, there we go. All right, let's see what else we got here. Inac, welcome to the chat. How you doing? Reminds me of, hold on, I lost my place here. Reminds me of V Rising in terms of graphic style. Oh, really? Yeah, I can see a little bit with the trees, maybe. If you told me this game took place in Vardoran, I'd believe it. I probably wouldn't, just because of the style of the architecture. It just doesn't look as convincing. This is the newer RuneScape separate from Dragon Wilds. Okay. To be fair, questing and gameplay is really what kept people. I see. I mean, if a game is fun, a game is fun. You know. At least the water looks nice. Ooh, okay, so this is like a whole zone over here. I wonder if this is like a new area or something with new enemies, and you know, it looks like there's a lot of bones here. Interesting. Oh, okay, so this is some kind of mining area. Not sure what kinds of things you're mining here. I'm guessing this is probably like iron. This is probably copper. Oh wait, hold on. No. Copper, gold, rock. No, wait, hold on. This rock here might be like iron, I want to say, if I had to guess. The black one, it kind of looks like it could be iron too, so I'm not entirely sure. I don't know my RuneScape minerals, guys. You guys help me out here. Ooh, it looks like some kind of pillar here. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of energy happening here, so... But there's also like another one here where nothing's happening, so I wonder if this like means something, or this is some kind of puzzle or something between these three. I wonder. Okay, looks like we have what looks to be a bunch of goblins just chilling near the campfire. Interesting. Oh, okay, we got some weird tree looking things. They kind of remind me a little bit of like Maokai saplings, to be honest. Like low key, they just kind of remind me of that. If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean. Let's see. Lots of update from older IPs, huh? Even Elder Scrolls Online had an update. Yep, looks like it. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? Is that like a corrupted hedgehog or something? Like, what the hell? Oh no. That's crazy, guys. That's really crazy. Like, look at that thing. Like, what is that? Like, what is this even? I don't know, man. That's one hell of a cliffhanger. Imagine you go down there, you're like, oh man, it's kind of creepy down here, and all you see is that. Like, I don't know if you should trust it or not. Maybe it's like a porcupine. It kind of looks like a hedgehog to me, but it could be like a porcupine or like some kind of I don't know, like an echidna or something. I'm not sure. But I don't know. Like, I definitely feel like this I assume this is like the newer version of RuneScape. Looks nice. I mean, it's okay overall. I just, like I said, I feel like the character, like I could see why someone would say that kind of reminds them of V Rising a little bit with the art, but like, to some degree, yes, but the architecture is just a little bit too uniform. I feel like all the sides of the buildings and stuff all kind of look the same. Like, I understand it's like supposed to be a cohesive village, but something about it just makes it feel like slightly less memorable. I don't know. Like, if we look at these buildings here, we have this windmill, and if you told me, hey, go to the, I don't know, insert random shopkeeper here, I wouldn't be able to tell you on a glance what building is for what, you know? So, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a small criticism. I don't even know if it is a criticism, because I don't play the game, so I look at this and I'm just like, but I really do like this like kind of lighthouse looking thing with a, you know, it looks like a flammable torch at the top, which might be interesting to look at night. If there is a day-night cycle, I'm not even sure. And then this little hideout here is adorable. I absolutely love this. I wonder if there's just like a top floor like this where you can look outside, or if there's like several floors throughout the whole thing, or if it's just one big major staircase, because I don't really see, like, I guess this area here might be like the door to exit, so I'm not really sure how it's structured inside. Could be interesting. Too little shade for vampires to roam. Let's see. It looks like a spikier Nibbles. Oh my god. Scary Sonic? Damn. Definitely brighter aesthetic, but I just mean low poly graphic quality. V-Rising is definitely more goth. Yeah, like, I think also kind of like the shapes of the characters are kind of like that too. Like, you know, very kind of like angular in some ways, but not like overly so, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but overall, kind of a mixed bag for me just looking at this. Like, this doesn't make me say I want to play this right now. Like, this definitely feels like a trailer that's meant for people who already play the game. This is like another situation like that, I feel like. And we might be seeing a theme tonight with a lot of trailers that, you know, kind of feel that way. But I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. If you know your audience, you know your audience. Verticality in buildings is one of my gripes in the structures of V Rising. Hardly any other structure is 2-story or more. Yep. Yeah, I'm hoping that that's a good point. You read your cursed. I'm hoping that they make some changes and stuff so that whatever game they're working on next is just not gonna have those kinds of problems. Because it just gets so weird. Also, hello May, thank you so much for that head pat, and thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's move on to the next one. Avatar Legends, the fighting game, announcement trailer. Master the elements. Outplay your opponents and experience fluid, handcrafted animations across a roster of iconic fighters from Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Legend of Korra. Ooh, so you're gonna get both, it looks like. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of like Avatar, The Last Airbender. I also really liked Legend of Korra. I know some people didn't like Legend of Korra. I can understand why. I don't think it's as good as Avatar, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't feel like... Okay, I have my own opinions on it, but I didn't feel like Korra had the same level of personal development as, like, Aang, for example. But that's just my opinion. It's Gabanzo. Gabanzo? Did you watch the live action? No. If you're talking about the one that happened like years and years and years ago, I did not. I think I watched like the first 20 minutes and I just couldn't take it anymore and I just stopped. It was just too bad. Like, I didn't like how they changed the way they pronounced Aang's name, because like in the English version you expect it to be pronounced Aang, but they called him, I think, Ong, and I couldn't get over it. Like, I was just like, oh, why did you change it? Like, I know like they were trying to go for whatever vibe or theme, but I just thought it was like not a good idea. Especially when you familiarize your entire audience on like the English pronunciation of the name, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the Avatar after they made everyone into blue cats for some reason. Blue cats? What are you talking about? Oh, wait, are you talking about the other Avatar? The one that's like not elemental Avatar? Korra's the worst Avatar. Yeah, well, yeah, Korra is kind of weak. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's like, how do I say this? She's just not. She doesn't have the mental fortitude that you would hope an Avatar would have. I mean, not to be mean, okay, but she kind of weak in some ways, man. I don't know. Like, if Aang and Korra had to fight each other, I think Aang would just straight up win. Like, we're talking about a kid who, like, had to fight, like, people way, way stronger than him or way more experienced than him at fighting. Korra had all this, you know, practice in fighting, but she was too hard-headed to, like, really reach her full potential, in my opinion. Like, she just didn't... Like, Aang struggled because he was too nice, too peaceful, right? But Korra struggled because she was too violent and not really, you know... I don't know. I have strong opinions about the whole series, but I did like a few things. I thought, I think I actually preferred the villains from, or the antagonist... I shouldn't say villains. The antagonists in Legend of Korra more than I liked the antagonists in The Last Airbender, but I felt like my preference of avatars are like swapped. Like, I feel like if Aang was dealing with people like, you know, Korra was dealing with, I think he would be having a bad time. And I think if Korra was like, if they swapped places in time, I think Korra would have struggled heavily against the Fire Lord, honestly. Like, I can't imagine Korra defeating the Fire Lord. I just can't. I'm sorry. Let's see. How do you manage to lose all of your cycle? Bruh, that was like devastating. I mean, yikes. Aang has no one can teach him about the avatar or other element right away. Yeah, like that was definitely an interesting thing where over time he like really learned, whereas like Korra just kind of like speed ran it, you know? Like she kind of speed ran life, which was not ideal. John Cena's there. You can't see him though. Oh my god. He had to risk his life to learn all that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, let's actually watch this trailer. The fact that it's a fighting game is pretty crazy. So I actually am very excited for this. Let's watch. Oh, thank God. So yeah, they went with a 2D look. Looks very similar to the cartoon. Very nice. I like this. Okay, so the question I'm gonna have is, how is this fair? How are you gonna have Sokka up in there fighting his sister, bro? I'm sorry, like, yeah, Sokka is like a good fighter, don't get me wrong, but he's more of a strategist. He's not as much like, there's only so much you can do with a boomerang when the person you're fighting against can literally control water. Yeah, like he is, don't get me wrong, like for like a regular non-bending human, Sokka is great. Okay, he's excellent. But when you're in a world where people are bending, you're fighting a whole nother level. Like, I wonder what moves he's gonna have. Like, is he gonna have, oh my god, is he gonna bring back the meteor sword? Are we gonna get the meteor sword? Oh man, he better have that meteor sword. I mean, look, I know he lost it, okay, but it was a nice sword, come on. All's fair in love and fighting games. Oh my god, his hands will be grade A weapon. Between this and Marvel token fighting souls, fighting games are looking stacked lately. Okay, but yeah, this is his sister will cook him, exactly. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got the Fire Lord. I think it's oh god, was it Ozai? I can't remember if he was Ozai or I think it's Ozai. I think that's his name. I can't remember. We have the Fire Lord, we have Azula, we got oh my god, I just said his name and I forgot his name already. We got Sokka, we got Toph, probably my favorite character of the whole series. We got Aang, so Team Avatar plus a couple of villains. Oh, and well, yeah, then we have Katara. We got Korra. We got, oh god, Zuko. My brain's like not functioning. We got Zuko. We have, oh wait, hold on. I know his name. Oh my god, hold on. He was like my favorite villain too. How can I forget his name? Oh crap, hold on. I can't forget his name. Holy crap. Is it Zahir? I think his name is Zahir. I could be wrong. I'm sorry. And then we have I assume this is, well, this kind of looks like Avatar Kyoshi, but I want to say this isn't Kyoshi. I want to say this is Suki as a Kyoshi warrior, but she's too tall. I don't know. It's hard to tell because they like kind of angled the characters upward like this, but she looks like Avatar Kyoshi to me. So I don't know. I'm a little lost. Help me out here. I was right on Ozai. Okay. Nice cast. Yeah, not bad. All right, let's see. Oh, the arcade mode, nice. Rollback netcode with crossplay. Crossplay, okay. Ranked matches? Damn. They're being serious on this, man. Woo. Gallery mode with never before seen art. Oh, so there's gonna be art that we never seen before that's in the game. That's awesome. Oh wow, so if training mode has a visual hitbox indicator, that's cool. That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game, actually, now I think about it. And it's interesting to see this because this game is 2D. Okay, yeah, there's the meteor sword right there. It looks like he does get that sword. Nice. Got Toph. I feel like everyone's just gonna pick Toph out of obligation. This is cool. This is really freaking cool. I mean, damn. it looks good. I mean, I don't really have any complaints. Like, you already have like something set up for people who want to be competitive. You have a roster of characters, what I assume to start off with, maybe, that is pretty good. I mean, you got the training mode with the hitbox. I've never seen that before in a fighting game. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know. Like, has anyone seen that before where they let you see the actual hitboxes? That's crazy. Like, you're not guessing, you know the hitbox. Seems to be a new thing. I've seen a few other fighting games incorporate showing hitboxes in training mode. Really? Okay. It's a good idea. Might be my kind of nostalgia for once. Yeah. What if playing as Toph, you are blind but kind of sense the other player? Oh my god. You know, that would be cool. That would be cool. Like, imagine if your skills did like twice as much damage but you can't see. Like, I will never touch a fighting game of this. I'd rather play the old PS2 game of Avatar traveling the world, figuring out his powers and playing each character. I think I know which game you're talking about. I played one of them. I think, if I remember correctly, wasn't there like a book 1, 2, and 3 or something, and there was like 3 games or something like that? I think I might have played one of them. I'm not sure. That's crazy. And I like how they show like characters in the background from like the series. Like, you have May back here just chilling, over here in the ice area, which is kind of funny. Just nice little Easter eggs and details and things. It's weird seeing like Aang and Korra in the same game, though. I think that's like the only way they could have done this is through a fighting game, it feels like. So I think this was a good idea. This is exciting. I mean, just looking at it, it just looks great. It looks functional. It looks great. I mean, you have, oh, I passed it. You have, is that older Katara in the background watching younger Katara fight with her brother? Is that what I'm watching? That's so weird. Like, oh my god. I wonder if that's gonna be a skin for like the characters. Like, I wonder if like they'll release skins for these characters where like they'll have like their older forms, like, Sokka, Aang, and Katara, like as adults, and then as elderly people, except for Aang not having that because he does. But we all know that. People age, man. People age. It happens. Let's see. Beating up Korra, fate to do that. She did something stupid. Oh my god. It's fair to do that. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah, it looks like it's coming out July 2nd, and the standard edition is $30. Wow, $29.99. That's not bad for like I mean, it's $30 isn't bad. I mean, you got 12 characters. Okay, the roster's a little small, but we only saw a few. So my guess is that they might add other avatars like Karuk and what was his name? What's the other guy's name? I can't remember the other firebending avatar's name. My brain is just like fried already. But yeah, training mode, gallery mode, story, combat, online, ranked, casual, and lobbies, arcade mode, character lessons. Interesting. I mean, I don't really have any complaints. I mean, definitely a nostalgia bait kind of game, but I agree, this might be worth it, actually. I didn't even know this game was in development. Hello, Serene Holy Week to all. Hello, Alexia. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Let's move on to the next one. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Thank you for the hydrate. What did you do? The stretch, Majin, and also the headpat, Majin. Big stretch. That's how you know the stretch was successful, if I'm yawning. Alright, next we have Cooking Simulator 2. Better Together, official launch trailer. Better Together is available now on Steam. Watch the Cooking Simulator 2 Better Together launch trailer for the cooking sim game sequel featuring expanded gameplay, a new multiplayer mode, and more. Okay. I've never played Cooking Simulator or Cooking Simulator 2, so I don't know what I'm getting myself into here. So I'm guessing Better Together is probably just like a multiplayer mode kind of added in. Manage your restaurants, serve the dishes. Okay. Kitchen's a decent size. Oh, let's go back to that screen real quick. Okay, so you can add items for delivery, like ingredients and things. It's pretty expected, I think. Culinary skills are optional. Okay. Oh my god, that sandwich looks terrible. Oh, and they're okay, so they're showing like kitchen upgrades over time that you can work towards. Okay. Most of all, prepare for co-op chaos. Oh no. Why is the building on fire? What the hell? That's crazy. Oh man, what a mess. Streamer game incoming. Yeah, this is definitely a streamer game kind of thing. Like, I can't really... This is not the kind of game I would play by myself, if that makes sense. Because I feel like most of the fun is just all the stuff that can go wrong. But maybe that's just me. I don't really have a strong opinion on this game. I've played a lot of different kinds of simulation games, but for some reason, cooking simulators don't seem to do well with me. Like, I don't seem to enjoy them as much. And I think it's because I don't like cooking at IRL. Yeah, not my kind of game. Kitchen chaos. That piece of grass turned that sandwich from $10 to $100. Oh my god. You're probably right. All right, here we go. Next, we have Super Meat Boy 3D official launch trailer. Do you like being cooked? No, I'm good. Don't miss the launch trailer for Super Meat Boy 3D, a precision 3D platformer developed by Sluggerfly and Team Meat. Players will take on white-knuckled, blood-pumping platforming challenges in this new Super Meat Boy adventure from an all-new perspective. Overcome grueling obstacles, difficult boss fights, and the same old mayhem and previous titles from previous titles in the franchise. Super Meat Boy 3D is available now for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC on Steam, GOG, and the Epic Game Store. That's cool that it's on GOG. That's cool. I like this. I'm seeing more games pop up there. It's good. You know, I wonder, just hearing the soundtrack, I wonder if Danny Baranowski worked on this game too. Because I know I'm pretty sure he worked on the previous one. Let me look it up real quick. So Super Meat Boy 3D, it's 10% off right now, by the way, guys. And oh my god. Jesus, volume. I'm not really sure, but I'm curious. It wouldn't surprise me if he worked on it. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he made the soundtrack for the first game. He's the same guy who made most of the tracks for Rift of the Necrodancer. And most of the tracks for Crypt of the Necrodancer as well. He worked on both games. So that's how I'm familiar with like the artist behind the music. So it's interesting because this does kind of sound a little bit like his style. Let's see. Add a tiny green leaf, $1,000,000 steak. Oh my god. Let's see. Temple Run Meat Boy edition. I didn't know the corn dog did flips. Must be dogging it out. Oh my god. Hello, Kaz VT, and welcome to the chat. How you doing? Oh my god. Literally everything's out to kill you. So after watching some people play the first game, I feel like doing things in a 3D perspective is just going to be a like next level difficult. Like I can't even imagine playing this game because I feel like I would rage quit within the first 10 minutes. You know, the platforming stuff reminds me a little bit of like Crash Bandicoot in a way. It's like a mixture of like like at least the platforming parts remind me a lot of Crash Bandicoot, like for like the old school like early PlayStation first you know, PS1 games. And it just, you know, kind of has that familiar feel to it from left to right with the side scrolling and the platforming. It reminds me a lot of that. That's so cool. Let's see. Unironically safer than my kitchen. Damn. I see they have a little Binding of Isaac looking glass. Must be old fans. Maybe. Interesting. But yeah, this is cool. I like how because I remember seeing the first trailer or the first reveal trailer or teaser, I think, for this game about a year ago now, and I mean, we're seeing a lot more gameplay here, a lot more maps and variety, and it looks fun, but I feel like it'd be really difficult to play. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like if I were to pick up this game, I would literally rage quit in 10 minutes. Like, and I'm a very patient person. I will try and try again, but if I get too frustrated, I have to like walk away eventually. You know, it's kind of like the same reason why I'm like only in like the second zone of Cuphead. Because I can't like get past a couple of bosses in the second zone, and I'm just like I'm not about to rage quit right now. If you saw the walls they broke through, it looks closely like Isaac. Really. Yeah, no, this is not my kind of game. I can appreciate games like this. Like, I really can. Like, I can appreciate people who are willing to put in the time and effort to play these games well and with high level of skill and difficulty. I'm not one of those people. I like to watch people play games like this. I don't like to play them myself. Does that make sense? It's kind of like why I like watching speedrunners of certain games, but I don't necessarily play them myself, you know? Similar reason. And the music is always like just great. So, I mean, I don't really have a complaint here. Very nice. Thumbs up. All right, next we have Forever Ago re-announced trailer. That's interesting. Re-announce? What does that mean? Forever Ago is coming to PS5 in fall of 2026, following a tragic stroke of fate. I thought I was going to say following a tragic stroke. I was like, damn, stroke. That's pretty serious. Following a tragic stroke of fate, Alfred embarks on a journey north in search of redemption. In this single-player road trip adventure, you'll travel to beautiful places, capture memories with your camera, meet interesting characters, and even make some new friends. Discover stories. Experience a nuanced and heartfelt story about broken dreams, loss, and regret, but also courage, hope, and true friendship. Learn about the stories, beliefs, and struggles of characters you meet along the way, brought to life by renowned voice actors. And why are you gonna say that, but you're not gonna name the voice actors? That's crazy. Embark on a God. Embark on a unforbidden blah 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 blah. I can't even talk. Holy shit. Okay, let's try that again. Embark on an unforgettable road trip. Explore beautiful environments ranging from serene forest trails to dusty barrens, sweltering in the desert sun. Examine and interact with objects to learn about your surroundings and the people living there. And don't forget to pet the dog. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Don't forget, guys. Embark. Oh, sorry, I read that already. Capture memories. Wow, I can't read. Holy shit, I'm really struggling. Capture memories. Take pictures with Alfred's good old instinct camera to document your journey and solve small environmental puzzles. Relive true love. Play through a lifetime of love as Alfred with your sweetheart Audrey, experiencing a true love that transcends time. Featuring an original soundtrack by Clark Aboud. I don't know if it's Aboud or Aboud. Who worked on Slay the Spire and Kind Words. Interesting. Oh, isn't Slay the Spire not the... Well, I guess this is like for the first game. They came out with the second game recently and like everyone's playing it, apparently. I think we actually looked at the trailer for that game, Slay the Spire 2, like, I want to say 2 weeks ago, something like that. Embark on a blah 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 vampire accent. Oh my god. Jeez, that's funny. It's weirdly addictive. Really? Okay. All right, here we go.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
I'd wake at dawn today when I'll...
One jump at a time.
You're doing great!
In a world that's wrong, can't deny it.
Life is about stories. About where we've been.
You know, something about this kind of journey is always some kind of like, how do I say this? I feel like this is the kind of game that like you'll get into like kind of aware that it's going to have some emotional elements to it, but by the end you're going to be such a train wreck just crying your eyes out that your eyes will hurt and you can't finish the game. Like I feel like that's the kind of game this is, like low key. Like I feel like they're just setting you up for emotional turmoil.
About where we're going. Still as beautiful as I remember. About the people we meet along the way.
Oh, hello, sir. Welcome to Carl's Pumpin' Mart.
Humpin' Mart? What the hell?
Hey! What are you doing to my van?
What does it look like? I'm fixing it.
The things we discover.
Hey! What are you doing out there?
And the things we leave behind.
What?
How will your story end, Alfie?
Oh man. Yeah, I definitely feel like this one's gonna be a tearjerker. Something about it. Okay, I'm gonna make a prediction. Okay? I'm going to make a prediction that by the end of this game, either the guy dies or the dog dies. Or the dog dies saving the guy, and then the guy dies anyway. Or something stupid like that. I'm calling it now, okay? It's going to be the kind of game you play where you just cry for like an hour afterward, and when you're done, you don't even remember why you started crying. Like I feel like that's the kind of game this is gonna be, man. Something about it, it's just like, man, ooh. The vibes. Hello, Super Cholo. Welcome to the chat. How you doing? You know, let me give you a quick shout out, dude. Hope you're doing well over there, over on the kick side. I see you. Homies rolling deep tonight. Much love, much love. I see ya. Let's see. There we go. There you go. Go give Super Cholo a follow if you have not yet already. Appreciate it if you do. He's super chill, super cool. Highly recommended. All right, let's move on to the next one. The next game on the list is About Fishing. Official playtest. Oh my god. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. About Fishing official playtest 2.0 trailer. Interesting. So is this the second playtest, or is this the 2.0 of the game playtest? Like, I don't know. That's a little confusing. I don't think I've ever seen playtest 2.0 before. That's kind of weird. Is the shout out not working? Hold on, let me check. Oh. Let's try it again. What in tarnation? What is going on? Yeah, it didn't work. Hold up, let me check my bots. Yeah, that's weird. It didn't work. I don't know what's going on with my shout out. That's not good. Let me try if I lurk on kick. Okay, so the bot is there. But for some reason, it's not letting me shout you out, man. What the hell? Yeah, well, you see them in the chat. You know what? Just, follow them from the chat if you can. You can click on them and give them a follow. But that's so weird. Huh. I don't know why that's not working. Thanks for letting me know, Akron, because I didn't notice that right away, actually. That's kind of crazy. All right. Let's get back into it. Get another look at About Fishing in the latest trailer for the upcoming game from developer The Water Museum, creators of Arctic Eggs. About Fishing About Fishing will be available on PC and PS5, and a new playtest is out now on Steam. About Fishing is a fishing game mixed with mysterious horror-ish elements, but depending on the angle, you can also consider it a mystery horror-ish game with fishing elements. But it is definitely about fishing. Oh man. All right, here we go. Okay, so quick thing to bring up. The art style of this game. This is such an old school look. It kind of reminds me of like old PS2 games, I would say, like PS2 era. Because you can obviously tell that the guy's face is like an image that's been like kind of warped to look like it's on a face. It's not exactly like a face on the character, and it kind of has like a weird uncanny look. I've seen this before in older games. I just can't think of like every single game right now off the top of my head that looked like this, but it's a really old school way of doing that. So that's a choice. So what brings you to church? You can do some fishing. Okay, so this is interesting. Most fishing games I've played do not give you the viewpoint of the hook. So that's kind of a very interesting approach to the fishing aspect of this game that I haven't quite seen before, I don't think. We got your tackle box. Oh wait, this is a shop. Hold on, let's go back. Yeah, you can go through different items. Okay. Something about a lost girl. I think she's finally made her way back to the water. What does that mean? She is in the water again. What? So, I'm guessing you have the perspective of the fish, maybe, that's being captured, but maybe you can move them through the water while you're fishing to get like a better look of the surroundings. I wonder if that's the case. That's interesting. Ah, cigarette, the most important fishing equipment. Oh my god. I will say though, I like how for the word fishing they use the hook on the G. That's kind of nice. It's a nice touch. It's memorable. Yeah, so I feel like this is going to be one of those games that you probably think is not going to be that crazy, and then you're going to play it and like have a jump scare or something in the middle of the night. Yeah, like I agree, it does seem a little fishy. Definitely. That was a good one, May. Good timing on that one. I'll give you credit on that. But yeah, not bad. Not bad. Thumbs up. I mean, the only thing I don't care for is like the character models themselves. It just looks so weird. I can't get over the whole like, I don't know, it just looks bizarre. Something about it. I do like the overall art style of the environment, the kind of darker colors, the tinge behind that. Just kind of giving feelings of poverty and loneliness as you do some fishing solitarily. But I don't know, man. Something about like the faces like plastered in like you could tell the image was supposed to be a flat image, but they just put it on like a modeled face, like kind of like a mask. It's weird. Something about it, like I said, it's just kind of uncanny. I can't look away. I don't know. I think that alone is the nightmare fuel, to be honest. Let's see. I'm already hooked, but the line was burned off. Oh my god. All right, next we have Syntopia, official new release date trailer. If I remember correctly, we did look at Syntopia when it was first announced, I think, or revealed. I'm pretty sure I remember this game because I remember it's kind of like a simulator game, but with, I think, comedic elements, and you're basically managing hell or something like that. So let's read the description. Automate hell and construct a sin punishment empire in Syntopia. Watch the latest Syntopia trailer for this mix of builder and god game with an asymmetrical loop, and you are the freshly promoted middle manager of Hell Incorporated. Oh my god, my brain. As Hell's administrator, it's your job to re-educate sinners and resurrect the worthy. Build sin punishment facilities, manage employees, and exert your influence on the surface in a thriving overworld. Syntopia will be available on PC via Steam on April 16th, 2026. That's next month. Coming soon, it looks like. So yeah, let's check it out. Thank you for the hydrate, Mage Flame. Appreciate it. If you scream in lowers, are you really screaming or quieting? I think it depends on what your first volume was. Because if it's louder than your first volume, then you could argue that you're screaming. Your starting volume. But if it's like quieter than your starting volume, you could say that it's quieting. I don't know. Thank you for the stretch, Isekai dude. Also, welcome to the chat, dude. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Which world did you come in from today? Hope you did some world jumping. Had some fun with that. All right, here we go.
Peggy 16.
Congrats on completing our onboarding program.
Meet your administered sentient chickpeas.
Hey-oh!
Oh my god, guys. The architecture in this game from upstairs area, like this overworld area, It reminds me of the RuneScape trailer we just watched. It literally just looks a lot like it.
Meet your administered sentient chickpeas.
Hello, moo.
They aren't overly smart and they have a tendency to sin a lot, but I suppose that's why we're here. To cleanse them in between their lives before it gets too bad. Welcome to Hell Inc., Administrator. Your bureaucratic empire starts today.
Let's look back at that screen and see what options there are on this. So this is the management board. Matching the right job to the right imp. Oh, okay. So depending on the imp, they can be assigned to different types of jobs, it looks like. That's really interesting.
If that pleases you.
Be competent, be good, and loyal. Please be loyal.
Would you look at that? The hummus are feeling spiritual, believing in cosmic forces playing with their fate.
All right, I reckon you have some skill. So I might as well turn up the heat.
Uh-oh, they're going for the temple.
No matter what awaits us, we face it together.
Oh, wow.
Oh no! Is that a demon?
Oh, that's it?
No, it's not a demon. That's a demon with glasses, you see. That's important, because if the demon has glasses, that just makes him smart. That makes him a smart demon. Don't you know? Town building game in hell, yeah. The breathing is just sucking life away or living life back. You know, that's a good question. I have no idea.
We're gonna get ripped apart by demons, or toasted by the chairman if he sees the world like that.
Lily hasn't told you what happened with your predecessor, right? Such a disappointment.
Oh,
Timing's everything. Wouldn't you say?
And it's funny because the music also kind of has like an 80s synth vibe too, like in this trailer, which is kind of funny. You know, it's interesting to see how this game has you managing like the overworld and hell at the same time. You know, like I wonder how that's gonna work. Like, I wonder if there's like a recycling system where you can be like reborn or something. Like, how does that work? Do you just eventually run out of people if you run the overlord terribly? Like, does everyone just die and you have like a mass extinction event? How does that work? It's just horny grandpa. Oh my god. If your horse is a fish, it is a horsey or a fish horsey. Let's see. You recruit manpower from the overworld because cause them to be evil. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea. I like the concept. I like the execution. I think it's funny how they made all the characters shaped kind of like peanuts or like beans or something. It's like weird. Like, look at the way they all walk. It's like they're just waddling all weird and stuff. It's funny. They look like they all just had like Thanksgiving dinner or something and they're just like struggling now. Oh man, it's funny. All right, next. Let's see. If your horse is a fish, it's called a kelpie. Yep, good point. That's a good point. Kelpies they are a thing. And you know what's funny? I was saying this before, but I really was kind of thinking like, you know, it'd be really cool if like well, actually, I guess it's not relevant now I think about it, but I remember a while ago I was thinking to myself, like, it'd be really cool if, like, in V Rising, for example, if we had, like, a Kelpie mount. Like, if they had, like, Like, imagine if they had like an expansion or something where like you go to, I don't know, an island or something, and you had like a kelpie horse that can like run across water. Like, that'd be kind of cool. It'd be interesting. But yeah, that's not gonna happen, but I just thought it'd be cool. All right, here we go. Minimo official announcement trailer. 200 player 30-minute roguelike. Ah, here we go, the roguelike of the day. You've seen plenty of roguelikes. Yes, I have. But have you ever seen a 200 player roguelike? That's the idea behind Minimo, a fast-paced, massively co-op friend slop roguelike that only asks for 30 minutes of your time in a session. Interesting. It's a shame the frog form couldn't go in the water. Oh my god. You know, I never thought much about that, but you're making sense. I watched it. This is pretty good. Really? Okay, if you throw a fish... Wait, if you throw a man a fish and you throws it back, is it a throwaway joke or a spoiled one? I think it's a boomerang joke. Actually. Oh, I didn't mean to close it. Here we go. What is happening? You gotta love the car park noises. Oh, there's different classes. Okay, pyromancer, chef. Chef is a class? What are you gonna do? Throw like ingredients at them or something? Spray salt on snails? Like, how does that work? Guard, hunter, miner, priest, fisher, Valkyrie, engineer. I'm trying to get through all of them. It's really fast. Hold on, let's see if we can get the frame by frame. Herbalist, necromancer, captain. Oh, it's so fast. Sapper. I don't know what a sapper is. And I think this completely made it impossible to read. I tried, guys. Let them cook. Okay, so I guess this is what the chefs have to do. Choose violence. Get the shiny. Vote for upgrades. Okay, that's interesting. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like arena, like in League of Legends, where you like sometimes you'll have to like vote on like the next phase. That's kind of interesting. Oh my god. Oh wow, you get horses and stuff too? Interesting. Catch a break. Or not. You know, this is kind of interesting. Like the fact that, you know, they just kind of... It's interesting because of the sheer number of people that are participating, you know, like 200 people, you know, for 30 minutes, like that's a lot of people. I like this. I think this could be a fun game. I'm not sure if I would pick it up, but it does look kind of interesting. Not gonna lie. No, Chuck Norris disappointed. Wow. The chef is a great class in Risk of Rain. It's a class in Risk of Rain? I didn't know that. If you throw a man a fish, he gets plus HP and minus misery. Depends on the fish. Because fat gobies are only going to give you a plus HP. You can be all sad. Fat goby don't care. Let's see. I wonder if you choose a class or if it has a randomized class mode. I would assume, okay, if I had to take a guess, I would assume it's randomized. Only because I feel like if people were able to choose, it would be unbalanced every time. But it could also be that people just really can pick whatever they want and it's just free for all, which can be fun too. I personally, if I were playing a game like this, I personally would like to be assigned a role, because then every game is different, you know? Like maybe you get assigned a role and like if you just played a certain role, the likelihood of you getting it is less or something. I don't know. Unrealistic. It'd be the other way around. Everyone would go for crit builds and it'd be hard to vote anything else. Oh my god. Concept looks fun, although finding that many people might be an issue. I mean, if you have to find that many people to play simultaneously, that is a tall order. I mean, even if the game is like, you know, online, like in the truest of senses, where there's like a server hosting all of the players, like, yeah, I could see that being a little bit hard to hold on to, because a game like this kind of relies on like lots of people. So I wonder how they're going to maintain that. I assume that a game like this would come out with frequent updates just to keep it active, but I don't know. It could be it. I'm not sure. If you hit a break, does it stop or are you breaking something? I think it stops. There are probably different game modes, like one where you have limited choices and another where you get free pick. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think a randomized mode as default would probably be the most fun, but maybe not for people who are like just starting out and want to just experience every class, which is fine too. But I don't know. I kind of like this idea. It's an interesting one. Maybe start with like 30 or something, then have a lot more. Yeah, maybe. I'll give this one a thumbs up. Good idea. All right, next we have Gravelord, official coming soon teaser trailer. Gravelord is a fast-paced boomer shooter voiced by a badass protagonist, featuring handcrafted levels filled with secrets and hordes of enemies to kill. Dish out some brutal carnage with powerful guns and collect tarot cards. Is it tarot or tarot? I think it's tarot. Collect tarot cards to gain even more killing power. Let's put the fun back in Funeral. Oh my god. Gravelord is available now in PC early access. All right, let's check it out.
Eat lead, motherfuckers.
You know, this game is kind of giving me like Hellsinger vibes for some reason. I think it's the enemies. Looks solid though. I don't really see anything here that's kind of like off-putting or seems like it wouldn't be fun. I just don't know enough about this game to like really to really know how I should feel, to be honest. This genre of game isn't really my type. Mostly because I don't play first-person games generally. But yeah, this kind of, like, not so much the environmental aesthetics and, you know, the actual art per se, but the enemies and stuff remind me a lot of Hellsinger. Or, I think it's like, I don't remember if it's Hellsinger or Full Metal Hellsinger or something like that. I think is what it's called. I gotta look it up. I think it's, but basically it's like a rhythm game, but it's a shooter, but it kind of looks like this. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's Metal Hellsinger. Yeah, it's Metal Hellsinger. That's the name of the game. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of that, but with without rhythm. Can it run on potatoes like Doom though? That's a real question. Doom with better pixel graphic? Maybe. Gravelord, what? Wow. I hear I heard, oh, you heard that wrong. I was like, huh? What if I told you it was Breaking Bad? Wow. Sounds like it should have been a rhythm game. Maybe. Also, hello, Repsa. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's very, very nice. Not bad. All right, next we have In Over Your Head, official announced trailer. I hate when it says announced trailer. That always, it's like a pet peeve for me. It's like, it's an announcement, not an announce. Like, I'm here to announce. That's announce, used properly. Official announced trailer just feels like an incompleted translation. I don't know. Weird, but I see it all the time. Let's see. Check out the In Over Your Head announcement they've done it right here in the description. You're killing me. Announcement trailer for this upcoming incremental game where you run a tavern with a deadly secret beneath it. Serve ale, expand your tavern, dig deeper into the dungeon below, and lure adventurers to their doom with irresistible treasure. Then harvest their souls to do it all over again. In Over Your Head will be available on PC in 2026. A demo is out now on itch.io. That's interesting. So In Over Your Head is literally an in that's over your head. Like, interesting. I like this. Good concept. They tried to trigger you and they succeeded, right? They are indeed in your head. Oh my god. Here we go. Manage tavern, simple enough. Pour ale, build tables. I missed that last part. Get to know the regulars. Why is this all boarded up? Unlock dungeon entrance. Okay, so you place a treasure. Someone should put that to good use. Oh. Okay, you can choose the enemies and stuff. That's interesting. You set up traps and stuff. I don't know how I feel about this game. Like, on one hand, the concept was neat, but if you had me look at this game with no context, I would have no idea what it's about. Like, I think the visual art style is so rough that, like, you can't even tell what is exactly happening. Like, you see a door, a couple of tables, but other than that, you don't really feel like you're in an inn, you know what I mean? And then, I don't know, I guess I don't really like the overall aesthetic of the game. It kind of gives me, like, almost like Papers, Please vibes. I don't know why, but I'm just like kind of getting those vibes off this game. And I don't really understand the concept too much. So, like, I was kind of like envisioning in my mind, maybe you set up a dungeon and then you can see like the characters go through all the dungeons to see if they can get to the end. And if they die on the way, you get to collect their souls or something. Like, that's how I envisioned it. Like, I thought you'd be able to like witness that whole thing. And it's kind of like there was this game a while back. I think it was called like Save the Goat or something like that. I can't remember. And that game, basically you had a goat that you had to like, you know, get from one part of the ocean to you know, one piece of land to another piece of land, but you had to cross the ocean, so you had to build a contraption for the goat to make it safely to the other side. Like, I don't know why, but that's kind of like what I had in mind when I read that description, and then when I see this, I'm just kind of like, it's a little underwhelming for some reason. Like, the concept is cool. I'm just not sure if the execution would, like, be, like, interesting enough in play, like, in actual practice. So, I'm not blown away with this trailer. I also feel like there's a possibility that this game could be way more fun than it looks. But I'm not really sure. Yeah, you're in a dark room and closed. Finish the intended sentence. Come on, don't be shy. I'm not saying the whole sentence. I'm good. All right, here we go. Well, was that the end? Yeah. So I don't know. That one's kind of a question mark for me for in general. I feel like it's cool concept, execution's questionable. Not really sure how I feel about it. So that's how I feel on In Over Your Head. I do like the title though. The name of the game is a really good one. It's memorable. It's easy to pronounce, easy to say, catchy. It's literal. It's a literal explanation of the game. I don't know. It has a lot going for it. I just don't know. All right, next we have, oh, I didn't mean to close that. Arbiter 131 official announcement trailer. Introducing Arbiter 131, a real-time tactical sci-fi strategy sim with a narrative focus in which you play as the titular Arbiter, analyzing citizen data to prioritize targets and remotely commanding police units. The question is, will you follow orders? Ooh, okay, here we go. Detailed planning. So, I'm wondering if this is kind of like, I guess your job is to play as the drone and scope out room to room and make decisions on how your crew is going to enter and execute like a plan. That's kind of interesting.
Securing.
Destructible environments. Yeah, destructible environments, that definitely creates like a whole nother level of potential planning and options. Whether it be like an exit strategy or an entrance strategy, so that's interesting. Ooh, customization, okay. Dynamic campaign. Pre-order matters. This seems like a game that would be really good to play like by yourself for like an entire weekend. Like something about this game just kind of like stands out to me as like maybe like a healthy mix of planning, strategy, and execution. Could be fun. I can definitely see this one being kind of fun. Tactical leader kind of role. Yeah. Let's see. You're in a dark room and close. Oh wait, I read that already. I don't know why I read that twice. Puzzle solving. Yeah, it's like puzzle solving, but with like a dash of planning. And you know, I'm sure there's like situations where like you're not going to know how the enemy is going to react per se. So you might have to like leave your options open to change plans. Like I wonder if it's like turn-based. That's kind of what I'm wondering. Like I wonder if it's like, you know, you have the first move, figure something out. Okay, now the enemy has a move, and then you have a first move. I wonder if it's that, or if the goal is to defeat the enemy in one go, like one plan, and just see how it goes. Like, because either way could be fine. I could definitely see this being interesting either way. Yeah. This looks cool. I think this might be a fun one. Give my thumbs up. All right, next we have Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator official launch trailer. Retro Rewind is officially launching on March 17th, so it's out already. Manage your very own video store in the early 90s. Rent, sell, decorate, and expand your business from the ground up, and relive the golden age of video rentals. So basically, you run a Blockbuster. is basically what we're dealing with here. With manpower management, I think, yeah, maybe. Kind of like those chess puzzles where you try to go for mate, yeah. Thank you for the headpat, PJ. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, let me sit up in my chair real quick. I'm shrimping over here a little bit. All right, here we go. Oh my god, what is wrong with their eyes? What the hell? Like, they walked in and they're just like, bro, that is so crazy. What is this? I was not expecting that. That's funny. Oh, we got that music. There we go. We got that late 80s, early 90s. Bombastic side eyes. Homies rolling deep tonight. Much love. Thank you so much, Super Cholo. Yeah, if that shout out's not working, I have no idea why. So weird. I might need to review that and make sure it's functioning properly on the Kick side, because it seems to be happening only on Kick for some reason right now. Got that popcorn. Oh, we gotta look at that catalog. We can't just not look at the catalog. What kinds of things we got? We have a doormat, a UFO, a robot, jack-o'-lantern, movie display, frame, small frame. Got some furniture items. Interesting. Who's that guy? Some shady dealer in the back alley? What the hell? Oh, I think these are bootlegs. Oh my god. What does this guy say? He said, "You got an eye for the good stuff." Yeah, that's definitely a bootleg copy of whatever videos or movies these are. Absolutely. I like this. I like the concept. Not bad. It's kind of, you know, reminds me of like those like store simulator games, like Insert Something Simulator. But I like that this game is called Retro Rewind Video Store Simulator, because then it's clear what it is, but it also like plays on the theme, and I can appreciate that. It's memorable. Retro Rewind or whatever. Let's see. Need to charge it with sunlight, I guess. Remember those? You remember those, really? I wonder if it's permitted only for the streamer, maybe. Oh, that's a good point, maybe. I doubt it, but I mean, you know, now you got me thinking. Let me see if it is. Where did I put that? I put it in chatbot commands, I believe. So, oh, that's so weird. Oh, I guess it's not on. Let me see. Chatbot does not require, well, actually, yeah, this would have to require moderator approval. Let me see. Streamer mod. All right, let's try this. Let me refresh. Okay, try it now, Akron. See if that works. Try the shout out now and see if it's fixed. Let's see. Reminds me of old school Video City stores. I don't even know what Video City is. Reminds me of like Blockbuster, honestly. It's hard to find one of those bootleg sellers that is reliable. Yeah. Well, you found him. You can get all the new shits with cheap and no drawback. Oh, okay. So it kind of tried. All right. I'm going to have to do like a custom thing for that then. I'll probably fix that after stream, but it looks like it was just disabled. So I'll fix that later. Maybe I don't know. Well, actually, how does it show up on in the text box? Yeah, probably remove the thing. Okay, I'll fix that after stream then. Thanks for testing it, I guess. Let's see. Next we have, oh, okay, we have one more left actually. This is actually not a trailer, it's an official behind the scenes video for Legacy of Kain. It says, join developer Bitbot Media for a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Legacy of Kain Ascendance, an upcoming fast-paced action platformer featuring a mix of 2D side-scrolling gameplay and PS1 era-inspired 3D sequences. The new video gives us a deep dive into the music of the new game, as well as new gameplay mechanics like Raziel's flight abilities. We also get introduced to the voice cast featuring members of Legacy of Kain's voice cast who make a return in Legacy of Kain Ascendance, including Michael Bell and Simon Templeman, who play Raziel and Kain respectively. The cast also includes returning voice actors from Legacy of Kain, like Anna Gunn, who voices Ariel, and Richard Doyle, who voices Mobius. Darren DePaul, Call of Duty, Overwatch, and God of War, also joins the VA cast of Legacy of Kain Ascendance. Set prior to Adventures of Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, storytelling and narrative are woven directly into the gameplay, cutscenes, and world design. Beautifully crafted retro pixel art and game-influenced cinematics bring the world to life, telling a new story set in a familiar world of collapsing kingdoms, haunted ruins, and shattered timelines. Legacy of Kain Ascendance will be available on PS5, PS4, Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PC on Steam, GOG, and Epic Games Store on March 31st, 2026. That is today. It's launched today. So it's a good time to check this out, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing. This is 13 minutes. It's about 14 minutes long, but I think we have enough time, probably. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, by the way, I have no idea anything about Legacy of Kain. I'm not familiar with it at all.
It's coming back to life.
Holy cow. I can't believe it.
I went, wow.
It's been a long time coming.
Is it 20 years?
Yeah, 20 years.
Wow.
20 years since the previous game? Wow.
25, is that right? 25 years later?
When I found out about the remaster, like it existed, and the Dead Shall Rise, like I literally physically fell out of my chair, like it was like a shock.
People come up and they say, "Oh my God, I loved Raziel. I love Soul Reaver. Oh, that God, that's the best game ever, and I grew up with it." And they say, "Are you coming back? Is it coming back?" And I said, "I have no idea."
It's been like being undead, being a Legacy of Kain fan for the past 20 years.
Wow.
How was traffic? Good God, it was a mess. I flew over most of it, you know.
Legacy of Kain is not a small undertaking. There's so many aspects of people who care about it and that are actually taking it on, and that's what's exciting to me at this time when it's resurfacing, having the gall to do it.
A majority of the team are fans of this franchise, and I think that drives the passion and excitement for them to be involved.
So I had Soul Reaver on the Sega Dreamcast, and it was one of the...
Oh, you know what? This game looks familiar. I feel like I've seen this before. Like, I feel like I've seen, like, this, you know, these characters before, or have, like, at least been exposed to them. I just don't, I'm not familiar with it. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. They came back. This is the original Legacy of Kain when it was the retro, and they made a 3D version for PlayStation. Really? Hello, Doc McDonald. Welcome to the chat. Soul Reaver is greater than Vampire Betrayed. Really? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Thank you for the hydrate, Majin, and the stretch. What did you do? Appreciate it. All right, continuing.
It's one of the small handful of games I treasured on that thing. And it had this world switching mechanic, which was just awesome. The environment would morph around you. Like, it wouldn't just flash into another world. You'd watch like pillars grow and shrink, and everything would kind of morph between the two worlds. And it had this crazy story. It was just awesome. Yeah, it's a series I always wanted to see come back.
I played Blood Omen, like I rented that on the PlayStation back in the day. With its horrendous load times, I really kind of came to love the series with Soul Reaver. It's really like exciting to like try to honor the history of Legacy of Kain.
Raziel in particular always kind of stood out to me, and I always was gravitated to that story.
After all this time, to have it finally coming back and to have a hand in that is just the most amazing feeling.
I remember when I was a child and 12, playing these games, and
this is crazy. Like, these people, when they talk about this game, it's like it's like they're re-experiencing their childhood. Like, I can literally just feel it, like the emotional happiness that they're feeling inside over this. This is, I mean, like I said, I'm not familiar with Legacy of Kain, but I mean, apparently this was a big deal to people, so I could see why, I guess.
Buying the magazines, playing the demos. I didn't have the full versions yet. Like, you just play these things and you're like, how did they do this game? And over 20 years later, and I actually get the chance to work in it. It's just, I can't even express like how I'm so grateful I got this chance. It's a huge honor to be able to, to be trusted into these games and come from the fan side into the dark side of the game dev, and just knowing every nook and cranny. As my parents were complaining I was playing these games too much, like, it came in handy. It came 20 years later, but it still came in handy.
It's really surreal as a fan of the franchise since roughly about the year 2000. So for the last 25, almost 26 years, never in a million years.
Seems like the game is going to be a labor of love for the old school fans. Yeah, I mean, like, over 20 years, you don't expect this. Like, this is kind of, I'm not gonna say it's unheard of, but it's extremely rare to see something like this.
Would I have thought that I would be a part of Raziel and Kain's legacy?
I'm James Rhodes, the Vice President and co-founder at BitBot. BitBot is kind of a new media company. We do video games, film, merchandise, graphic novels, comics, primarily of things that we're just passionate about. When we first got involved with the graphic novel and we knew we were going to do a Kickstarter, we knew there was a fan base, but we didn't know how active because it had been so many years since something had really happened. And Crystal Dynamics had sent out a survey and had shared with us that like 100,000 people responded.
100,000 people responded to that? Wow. That's crazy. Holy crap. I feel old from owning the original disc for it, the system for it. Hopefully fans get what they want with this one because they wait a long time. Yep. I guess I love that game in me. It's a classic, really.
But we didn't know, are people gonna show up when a product is released? And that first day when we launched the Kickstarter, the fan reaction was overwhelming.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when Ratatan first launched a Kickstarter. And, people like, okay, so I know I talk about this game a lot, Ratatan. It's a roguelike rhythm game with, I guess, some strategy a little bit. and just I've played it on stream before, so if you don't know what it is, just check out my live streams. It's somewhere in there. But the thing is, the devs behind Ratatan originally were known for their work on the Patapon series. Now, Patapon was a series that was exclusive to PlayStation. There were PSP games, so it was only on the PSP for like the longest time, and then eventually they ported the games, they remastered them for PS4 and 5, and you know, all that eventually. But we still haven't gotten Patapon 3 remastered, which is kind of wild. Anyway, TLDR, people were itching for a new Patapon game because it was such a like nostalgic part of people's childhood. So like for me personally, like that was like my like you know, the Legacy of Kain for you guys is like Ratatan for me. Like it's literally like you have such a long span of time. Like I think it was like over 15 years or something like that. It was like, actually, let me check. When did, hold on, I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. When did Patapon come out? The first game came out in 2007. So since the first game, we got a second game and a third game, but I don't think the team worked on that third game. I think they worked on like second. I'm not sure, but anyway, I'm getting my history kind of glossed over because my brain is like losing cells. I'm kind of tired, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, long story short, when that thing hit Kickstarter, and you know, the team was so like humble. They were like, you know, we wish to make the ultimate rhythm game. We want to bring this back like as a thing. We want to bring in the form of Ratatan, blah blah blah. Here's our ideas or whatever. They surpassed the Kickstarter goal in 48 hours. It was crazy, like absolutely insane. And now the game is going to be fully released, I think in July, I want to say. It's either June or July this year. I can't remember which. I want to say it's July though. And you know, I kind of look at that and I'm like super excited for it. So like in a way I can kind of understand like why people would be like, oh my god, it's coming back or whatever. Like even though I haven't played like the original stuff, like I never, you know, enjoyed that or was able to experience that. I can kind of get the sentiment, if that makes sense. Like I can understand why people would be like super hyped about this. So congrats to all the people who love this game.
The Ascendance video game is our take on expanding the world of Legacy of Kain, which will be a kind of retro side-scroller experience, expanding these characters in ways that people haven't seen before.
Storytelling and cinematics were just, for their time, they were really high-end. Even the original Blood Omen, I wanted to approach it differently than it had been done before as a retro side-scroller. It's neat because it's a different type of medium that fans haven't seen, much like the game itself. This game is modern retro, but the cinematics are anime, and so we're taking the franchise into new places and letting people experience it in a different way, and I think the final result speaks for itself. It's super cool.
Yeah, it was definitely just sort of like taking the characters and this very rich and very cared for world and incorporating it into this 2D setting, into this art style that has been pre-established, and finding a nice sort of compromise that pays respect to the original source material.
We saw an opportunity to partner up with Sam Bedos at Freak Zone Games, who's known for these kind of modern retro games.
See, that's the thing. Like, you gotta find the people who know what they're doing. This is interesting to see this. Like, I'm not familiar with these guys, but I think that, you know, one of the things that kind of makes or breaks a game, at least from what I can see, like from the outside as a consumer of games, is whether or not the director of the game or whoever is in charge of, you know, figuring out who's going to be working on it knows how to look out for specific qualities in people who are already doing the work, essentially. So if you know exactly who to ask to help you, even if you don't have all the skills yourself, I think that's such a valuable skill in itself, and it's really kind of led to some really unexpected successes, I think, especially for things like indie gaming and things like that. Now, I don't know if people working on this game are technically like indie devs or something. Like, I don't know for sure, but definitely getting those vibes.
So the big
hello, Krilled3, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. How you doing? It's like if Jax and Daxter came back, then it would have tons of people scurry to buy it right away. Yeah, like I kind of know what you mean. Yeah.
theme here is flight, ascendance. I think the biggest kind of revelation of this is that we're actually getting to play as Raziel with wings.
Something new that the games had never explored before was letting players take Vampire Raziel and actually play with him and fly.
His gaining of his wings is one of the most pivotal moments of Soul Reaver as a story and of Legacy of Kain as a whole, in that entire universe. We've never played as Raziel flying, and I just remember thinking, how can we make flight work with a platformer in a way that feels powerful and epic, but also doesn't feel completely overpowered?
You just go with the Spyro method. You glide and flap. Glide and flap. All of these are new games. I think it's either games that I think what they're showcasing is gameplay from what they're currently putting together from what it looks like. Let's see. I hope the video talks about Moonlighter 2 Star Wars Zero Company. I doubt it. This video in particular is about Legacy of Kain Ascendance, and it's the official behind the scenes video. I figure you probably came in late, so you might not know, but that's what this one is particularly about.
And so we have these very interesting kind of flight mechanics with the lore meter that controls your vampire abilities. You can dash around in the air and you can glide down, and there's all kinds of flight maneuvers that you pull off in this game to traverse the levels and the puzzles and things. And so it's all around this idea of keeping yourself airborne whilst maintaining your lore meter and dive bombing against these enemies and just making the most of all your abilities. I found that the vampires, they are so strong.
It's gonna be hard to fight with like your enemy literally being on fire all the time.
Strong and agile and powerful, but also a drop of water or a flame can just completely end them. We give them flight and we make them strong, but we also make them rely on their lore meter and have to refill with blood and everything.
Then on top of that, we also open it up and we let characters play as Sarah.
I gotta admit, that horse looks pretty cool, the armored horse. I like it. I like the way it looks. That's cool.
We also open it up and we let characters play as Seraphin Raziel.
The attacks for both Vampire Raziel and Seraphin Raziel are different. It's like a stab versus a slash. But with the counter, those two are switched. So Seraphin Raziel has the slash when countering, but Vampire Raziel has the sort of stab, calling back to that previous variant. Finding little bits and pieces where we can pay respect to the source material.
The biggest challenge.
I'm bad at this type of game, not gonna lie. Same, I feel you.
In designing the gameplay for this was we have the perspectives of 4 different characters, all of which have different abilities and different motives. Seraphin Raziel, when you play as him, you kind of feel the absence of the flight and these abilities, but he gains his own strengths. He has his fire bombs. And then we also have Kain. When you play as Kain, you feel...
Wow. That boss looks cool. I really like the way that boss looks, man. It kind of gives me like Dark Soul vibes, like straight up, or like Demon Souls vibes, I would say, more like.
It's so powerful. You can turn into a swarm of bats. You can turn into fog and dash around through grates and dash behind the enemies, turn invisible into fog, dash behind them and hit them in the back. You feel so powerful.
To arms, brothers! The blue demon is at our doorstep.
What appealed to me when I first was introduced to Soul Reaver, not only was it beautiful and gorgeous and unique for its time, it had amazing voice acting. I mean, that's just really what stood out. And because it was such a deep, complex story, you've got to have a good cast. They brought it to life. These were just words on a page. And I think a lot of that credit goes to Michael Bell and Simon Templeman, Raziel and Kain.
So, You've come to avenge that filthy parasite and reclaim his foul heart. You're a righteous fiend, aren't you?
Is this typo blood that I'm drinking? Okay.
Maybe we were joking. It was a little bit of a dream, this idea that, like, hey, maybe we could get all the original cast back together. You know, the enthusiasm on their part to want to come back and do these characters.
I mean, that must be like the coolest like thing to come back to and work on, especially with all the like newer technologies and stuff from like when they first recorded for the previous game that they were in. Like, that's crazy.
Again, it was actually really fun to see.
It was exciting to do, yeah.
That guy looks like he's having the time of his life. He's like, this is my day job. I like my day job. He kind of gives that energy, you know?
You call time a tapestry. If that is so, then the loom insists on its own great design.
I mean, it's amazing that Simon Templeman and
You know, I feel like this guy has like the kind of voice that like would be really good as a character in like Nightingale, like straight up. Kind of reminds me of the guy who voices Puck a little bit for some reason.
I mean, it's amazing that Simon Templeman and Michael Bell returned, you know, true, like, absolute legends.
Ah, Thornlatch. Then that is where it must begin.
Okay, so they decided to go with like moving character portraits there. That's interesting. That's an interesting idea.
You speak of a path
Because it looks like the characters are like breathing in place while they're talking.
I have yet to make, and yet here you stand, shaped by it. If hatred brought you to this moment, then perhaps it was always meant to. Not as a victim, but as an instrument of my will.
And then Anna Gunn was a part of the original cast.
I mean, it's amazing. That's a very passionate fan base. It's really...
I mean, dude, this is literally like I can feel the epicness of this project. Like, just bringing it back after so long. Like, you know, like I said, it just reminds me a lot of how I felt when Ratatan got on Kickstarter and I saw like, boom, like it was literally 48 hours surpassed the goal. And I mean, the team was just blown away. So I can only imagine how these guys feel, you know, being able to get all the original voice actors to come back and do all these things. Like, that's huge. I mean, that's such a hard logistical thing to figure out. Because so much time has passed, but man, that's crazy.
Exciting.
Richard Doyle was excited to return as well.
How fitting. The creature that now hunts you led you on your most sacred kill.
When we started talking about new characters, I told Josh,
I might play this game. I don't know. Maybe because like I like the aesthetic, I like the way the characters look, the voice acting seems solid. I like this kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm not usually pretty good at these games though. I'm not gonna lie. I tend to be very bad at these kinds of games.
I was like, we gotta get Darren. I don't care what voice he does. We gotta get him.
I don't care what voice he does. We need him back. That's funny.
Yes, Lady of Thornlatch. I am foolish, but know this. I did not curse your beloved.
Every time I hear his voice in a game, it always stands out to me. I listen to it and I think to myself, who did that voice? And I look it up. At least half the time I do this, it's Darren DePaul.
I did not guide you to this place, child. You were drawn here by threads beyond.
Yeah, I know. I recognize this guy from the God of War series. I'm a huge God of War fan. I love God of War. Oh my god, so good.
My reach, but the path is not unfamiliar.
Did you hear his cowardly screams when I tore that black heart out of his carcass?
I think a lot of fans thought that they were done. You know, that was it. They're back, and fans are going to get to experience that again.
Boom! It's us.
Going back to the original Soul Reaver in particular, the opening cinematic, Raziel's theme, you know, that track was always super cool.
Clayton is the artist and producer best known as Cell Dweller. He has been making
I like that name, Cell Dweller.
music since the early 90s, from kind of industrial metal to game score. He just runs a whole spectrum. He has
They really put in the work. They put in the work and the research. This could be an interesting one. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like it's being hyped up, but like in a good way, you know?
As a diehard global fan base and, is known for his unique sound design and high production quality.
My sound has always been fairly eclectic. It's very electronic, it's been orchestral, drum and bass, psytrance, pick a genre or a style and throw them in a blender, and that's the sound of Cell Dwellers.
He's doing original score, covering a song from the original game, and bringing that to life in a whole new way with modern production and his unique touch.
Bringing new life into it was part of my goal. Really never is my goal with any project I take on to just recreate what came before me. I pay homage to it. I feel like I'm always respectful of it. So diving into the score for these albums, digesting the sound of it, and instantly trying to reimagine what does that sound like in 2025.
Bro, he looks like he is literally in the control room of a spaceship, like straight up. Like all the blinking lights in that studio, like, okay, as someone who has worked with this kind of equipment before, I will tell you that shit is like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment. That is insane. That is actually insane.
We're talking 25, 30 years later, recognizing that these were created in the 90s, early 2000s, and the technology that existed then, because I was making music at the same time. I used a bunch of modular stuff, which is machines like this to create sounds, and kind of 90s digital synths. These are old machines that were like widely used in the 90s and even into the early 2000s. So relying on that kind of stuff for some sound design heavily influenced the direction and the sonic architecture of the score.
Putting a game together is no easy feat, whether it's a small indie project or a massive.
Is that a Godzilla t-shirt? Oh my god, I fucking love it. I love Godzilla.
AAA title. It requires a team, it requires a group of people that
Sorry if I'm wrong. To me, it looked like a Godzilla t-shirt.
Are A, passionate, and B, talented. We have a small team, but we're pretty lucky with the team that we've got. Everybody's been very excited about the project, very passionate. We're in this stage where we're just really enjoying what we're seeing. Like giving fans the opportunity to experience that firsthand and exploring and expanding upon.
You know, just adding in like cinematic cutscenes with like kind of an anime style, I think is nice for a 2D game, especially.
Very iconic moments within the series. Hearing Michael and Simon and Anna returning to their characters and playing as characters that they never got to play before. And having fun with this franchise that we all thought was dead and gone, and that's all because of a passionate group of people.
Here it is.
You're in for an amazing ride.
This might be one to try out. I mean, it came out today. You know what? Let's check out the store page. What does it look like? I'm sold. Well, pretty much. I'd say I'm pretty much. I'm like 95. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm like 95% of the way there. So if I type in, see, Kane Ascendance. Wow, the game is $20 on Steam. Oh no. Okay, so I'm looking. So I this came out today, right? And it says, I say, oh no, because I see a mostly negative score to start. Why? Someone said the worst thing to happen to Legacy of Kain since Square Enix. If you ever had the misfortune of reading the awful comic Soul Reaver the Dead Shall Rise, then there's literally no reason to play Ascendance. It's a direct adaptation, in most cases page by page recreation of the poorly written comic with nothing new to offer. And if you're hoping the gameplay might redeem it, prepare to be disappointed. What you get is one of the most basic lifeless platformers imaginable. Combat is severely limited. Level design is virtually non-existent, and the boss fights are so poorly executed they border on parody. It's also very short. Oh, the game is short. That's not good. It's such a shame that an IP revered as Legacy of Kain reduced to this level of fan fiction. Just don't even bother. Wow. There's a lot of negative reviews. What the hell? And the reviews are like really lengthy too. Like there's people writing like whole ass paragraphs. That's how you know like this isn't just like a review bomb. And it's just like, wow. That's crazy. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Remember, this is only day one and there's only 105 reviews on this game. But seeing a mostly negative store right out the gate is kind of concerning, low-key. Like, that's just kind of shocking, honestly. Wow. Holy crap. I don't know. It just, like, just seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff, it really looks like they put in the time, effort, and the work. But if the original material wasn't great and they just did an adaptation of something that, like, wasn't great, then, I mean, you're limiting yourself, right? So, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how this one pans out. Probably look at it again in like a month or so. It could just be that like people are just initially salty. Maybe people could like the game too, but to see so many negative reviews right out the gate is like kind of concerning, low-key. But it could just be distressed fanboys, who knows. All right, guys, we have reached the end of the stream. Before we go, I want to make sure that I do a quick check on the whatchamacallits? Hold on a second. One second. I'm just gonna ban someone.
Be gone, bots.
There we go. I didn't even see that message right away because the bot held it for me to look at it. Thank you, bot. Anyway. If I look at the stream streaks, we don't have any stream streaks today, unfortunately. So no one got a cool stream streak. But that's okay. There's gonna be more of that eventually as far as future streams. So tomorrow is April Fool's Day. And I don't have anything like particularly planned for April Fools. Like I know last year I kind of did like a funny video where like I pretended I was quitting V-Rising just to play Inzoi forever now or something. If you guys haven't seen that, it's on the YouTube side. That was kind of fun to do, but I don't think I'm going to do anything special this year for April Fools. No, I don't have any pranks or anything. I'm not that cool. Not this year. Honestly, I've been so busy cooking other stuff, like other content, that I just didn't have time to do like a funny gag video for the holidays. So I was like, you know what? I got too much shit to do. But we're playing the Stunlock game W Rising. Oh my god. Yeah, so basically I just finished a script for the for one of the guide videos that I had planned a while back that I was working on a script for. So that guide video is going to be replacing the beginner friendly building your first castle guide. Because that guide is basically almost 2 years expired now. So it's definitely outdated, so I figured I'm just going to replace it with a finalized version of the guide, since there's no new updates coming out now for the game. So that's my plan. And then on tomorrow I plan on playing Soul Mask. But I'm also hearing that there might be some scheduling conflicts going on my end, so I'm gonna have to see what's going on. I think I'll still stream, but it might be like interrupted slightly, depending. So we'll see how that goes. I'll think about it. I'll think about how that plays. How I figure out to kind of go with tomorrow. But yeah, Soul Mask. I was able to get a code for the Egypt DLC which isn't coming out until I think, was it the 10th or something like that? I think it's supposed to come out on like the 10th. Let me double check the store page. Yeah, Shifting Sands was supposed to come out on the 9th. My bad, April 9th. But I was able to get a demo of the DLC, so I'm able to play it and kind of have a vibe, like a feel for it. I've never played Soul Mask before, so it's going to be kind of like a new experience, like an interesting thing to explore. So if you're interested in checking that out and seeing how that goes, I will be streaming that tomorrow. On Thursday, I'm going to be playing Legend of Kimori. I don't know if it's Legend of Kimori or Legend of Kimor. I think the I might be silent. I'm not entirely sure. Someone tell me. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be playing that again. I've been playing the game like throughout the weekend, and I feel like I'm a lot better in like understanding what I'm doing now. So I don't know. It might be fun. Might be a fun game to try out and enjoy and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. And then I plan on Thursday to hopefully release that V-Rising guide that I mentioned. So that's kind of like the plan for this week. I have some other stuff cooking in the background, but I have to coordinate stuff with people to see how that scheduling is going to work out. So I can't announce anything else yet. On the other side, oh, sorry, on another note, I should say, I was able to work on my live 2D model for a bit. Or sorry, my I shouldn't say live 2D model. My model in live 2D. I've been learning how to rig my model, and I think so far the progress is not bad. I was able to you know, get the model to blink, so that's cool. I can blink now, guys. If you like to see some updates and stuff on that, you can become a member on the YouTube side, and I do share sneak peeks of that. So if you're interested, feel free to become a member. You also get early access to new videos, so that's just another added benefit to that membership. And of course, you get exclusive channel badges and emotes. You also get channel badges and emotes on the Twitch side if you become a subscriber. And you also get a what's the last thing I was gonna say? What else do you get? Oh yeah, no ads on the Twitch side. If you happen to have Amazon Prime and you have not yet used your free Amazon, it's not free, I shouldn't say that, your Amazon Prime sub, feel free to use it on the channel. It helps a lot. You guys have no idea how much that actually helps. Like, it might seem like a little bit here and then and there, but the reality is, like, a lot of the stuff that I've been trying to like upgrade behind the scenes and work towards, I cannot justify or like even get like everything done if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much for that. And I've also noticed that some people have also like contributed to my Ko-Fi. So like anyone who's like done that, thank you for that as well. I know I don't mention that enough on the channel, but it really means a lot to me and I appreciate it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh, if you're on the Kick side and you are interested in becoming a subscriber, you also get a channel badge and exclusive emotes as well. So feel free to go check that out. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me make sure I didn't miss any clothing redeems. Thank you for that headpat, Akron. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Let's see, miss anything else? We good? I think we're good. All right, guys. I'm probably gonna raid someone, so stick around if you like. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, Xolo out.